Crypto meme coins have completely skyrocketed in terms of popularity over the past couple of weeks. And there are many people asking me every single day where to buy them, how to make money on them, and where to actually find these coins. So today, I am bringing you guys a guide on some tokens that I'm looking into that I think are just at the infancy stage, that I think have still got massive potential for massive gains throughout the next couple of weeks or perhaps months, and where quite recently a lot of the excitement came from the Solana meme coin like Book of Meme or Dog with Hat. I think right now there's time for a new wave of coins on Base. And if you do not know, Base is basically just another Ethereum layer 2 with extremely low fees. And the reason people don't go for Ethereum that much, even though some of the most popular coins are actually on Ethereum, is because of the crazy gas fees. It is so ridiculously expensive to transact. Many people don't want to play around with these memes if it costs $100 to buy or to sell. But on Solana, let's say it's like 3 cents. Oh, you can play around with that. Or on Base, it's like 0.0003 cents. Yeah, you can play around a little bit more. But for the most part, it's just wherever the hype is. And very recently here, it seems to be Base for some reason. Now, in terms of how big it is, like if we're comparing it to other layer 2s, like Arbitrum here or Blast for that matter, it's actually not that huge, I guess. But for some reason, I've never really heard of Arbitrum meme coins. It's been mostly Solana recently and Base. But I've noticed since Solana was also really prevalent last season, most people know exactly how to buy and sell. And I've talked about it in my previous video. But when it comes to Base, which I'd say is the hottest trend of the last couple of days here, the last couple of weeks, people have no idea how to get on there, how people are buying and selling these coins. And since it's such a fresh opportunity, and who knows, maybe eventually Base will also be given an airdrop to everybody who used the protocol. You don't know, right? A lot of these protocols eventually give out a token, which is why you might recognize all these names, because almost every single one of them has gone or is going for a token. But some people are speculating that Base could also launch one eventually, even though it might be years away, and that if you are participating right now, you could be handsomely rewarded for it. But I digress. Base right now is absolutely hot and still at its infancy stage, even though it's relatively grown a lot quite recently here. It's still relatively small for where it's going to be at over the next few months, we believe. Hence, it is so nice to get in early. So how do you go about all these tokens? As a baseline, let's say it depends on which token you're trying to buy. Most tokens on Base, if they're already huge, are extremely risky. I'm looking more so for new coins, and I don't hold a single dollar in this, but I'll still show you. If you want to know if it's a Base related coin, you can see it right here at the contract, right? It'll say Base, and that's basically what you're going for. But these are only for huge coins. For newer and smaller coins, what you're going to want to do is go to some place like DEX Tools. You can see the link hopefully at the top right there, DEX Tools. But click on this button on the top left, and then scroll to Base. That way you can see a lot of the newest launched Base tokens. This blues here I got into yesterday. Again, I will never recommend somebody to buy or sell this. Somebody sent this to me 2 minutes after it launched. I was a little bit late to the party though, and it was a pretty crazy launch. We were still able to make money on it though. But when I shared it over in Telegram, I noticed I guess a lot of people really don't even know how to get in, so I should make an update video for it. But basically on this website, you can see who's buying, who's selling over on the bottom. But another key point here is that you can see where it's being traded on. Now, from this little list, you can actually already fetch what the most useful websites are going to be to start trading all these tokens. But that's step number 2. First step is actually getting money onto Base. How do you do that? Well, you're going to want to need a Metamask account. I don't know why I said you're going to want to need it. What I basically meant to say is that you need one. Just download it onto Google or whatever and go through the steps and make sure that your account is extremely safe. So if they tell you to write something down, write it down. And if you can't go through these steps of making an account, maybe reconsider things. Try it a couple of times, because if you can't make a wallet, if that's too difficult, the rest here is going to get a little bit over your head. So figure this step out on your own. And if you've done it, you've got yourself a MetaMask. Let's move on. So presumably, as you've gotten your MetaMask, it'll say Ethereum right here on the little top left button. You're going to want to add Base to it. So how do you do that? Well, you press add network, which you can't see because my face is kind of over it, but you're going to press this button here, add network. And then there's going to be a little box of things you can fill, but you can very easily just find that online. So you just copy this over and paste, copy. This one you don't copy actually, but you copy whatever it says on this end right here. Just look for it to match. You copy and paste it. There's a couple different websites that make you do this automatically, but just to be sure, this might be the easiest way. And if you've got, for example, instead of MetaMask, the Coinbase wallet, this might also not be necessary. But I think most people have already got a MetaMask. That's why I'm telling you guys to do it this way. There are other ways. I'm just picking one. If you have an OKX wallet, you'll be fine. If you have a MetaMask, you'll be fine. If you have a Coinbase wallet, you'll be fine. If you have a Trust wallet, you'll probably figure something out. I just personally like MetaMask a lot. All right, so once both those networks, so Ethereum and Base, are on here, you already now have the ability to switch between two, but now we're gonna need to get it funded. How do we get money on there? I'd say the easiest step is to go to a place like Bybit and buy yourself some Ethereum. I've got a link to Bybit down below. It's the exchange I personally use for nearly all my trading. And you can just one-click buy cryptos if you want to, but I'm expecting a lot of you guys already have money on the exchange. And you can trade it here, by the way, if you already have euros or USDT on the exchange, you can trade it here, pressing Ethereum, or you can actually, if you go here, you can press withdraw to get your funds out. And there we want to withdraw to Ethereum first, because I don't think Bybit has functionality to withdraw to Base straight away. I've actually never tried that either. I always use a bridge, which we'll talk about in just a second. And if you're wondering where exactly to withdraw to, I would just withdraw some Ethereum to this address right there. So you copy that to clipboard, go into this little section and paste it in, and then make sure it's on ERC20, and then the amount that you want to withdraw and take it out. Eventually this number should increase, but like I said, that is on Ethereum network, and we want to get it onto Base. So to do that, we have to go to, officially it's called, right there on the top left, bridge.base.org. This is the official Base website, or Coinbase's website, to get this done. There are a few other places in which you could do this. This is the most official spot, but if you have a preference for another one, go ahead and do it. And it's actually as simple as that. You just put in exactly how much Ethereum, for example, 0.1, you want to transfer over to the Base network. Again, it's still the same Ethereum, but just living somewhere else. You connect your wallet on the top right, and then just press deposit. And then it will ask for a transaction, which on Ethereum could be, let's say, 20 bucks or so. On Base to get it, it costs nearly nothing. I just double checked right now, for example, it is $26 to send money over. And it's basically $26 if you want to do 10 bucks, but it's also $26 if you want to do $5,000 or $20,000. It's just because you have to sign something on Ethereum, you have to sign the contract, and that costs some money. The moment it is on Base though, it really doesn't cost any money anymore. So it's just to get there that's sometimes kind of difficult. And if you want to withdraw it, then, from Base to Ethereum, there comes a little caveat. Most people I know have never done that, which you should keep in mind, which is why I'm saying it now, not after the video, because there are a little bit more rules when it comes to getting your money from Base back to Ethereum, and you'll see as you start reading into it. It takes a couple of days instead of just a few seconds or a minute or two. It costs a slightly higher fee, I think like 50 bucks, but you could also use a platform like Coinbase to make it nearly instantaneous. But there are a couple of other different websites that make it quicker. But they're a bit sketch most of the time, honestly. But anyway, if all is good, now you've got your Ethereum on Base, and it's time to get crack-a-lackin', because you know how to get money on there, you know how to get money out. How do you buy these meme coins? Again, please don't buy this. I'm just naming a coin as an example. There's a good chance that if you look back in another few days that it's going to be at zero. Of course, there's an off chance it's going to be at like freaking 200 million. You never really know. But I'm just using a coin arbitrarily picked. In this case here, the top gainer of the day. But it could have been any coin here. They're all basically the same. How we do it, right? It was we grab a coin, right? You pick it. You can grab a new one that, for example, has just launched, 1 hour ago, for example. You can grab one that's been, crack-a-lacking with the most volume over the last couple of days. You can put some different filters in for what type of coins you like. You can, only look for coins of the really recent history here, whatever, right? But we're just picking here the biggest coin of the day because, for demonstration purposes. If we want to go ahead and trade this, there are mostly two ways, but the one way that nearly every single person is going for right now is once you've got funds in your MetaMask here, you go away from Ethereum to Base, like we were discussing just now. And once you're on there, so make sure it says Base on the top left right here, and you can see your Ethereum in your wallet, which for this test account here, I don't have. Oh yeah, so once you're I got a little bit distracted. But I want to say once you are on Base, we're going to want to go to Uniswap and also change this one over to Base. If you connect your wallet, I think it'll automatically do it, but just for demonstration purposes, we're going to Base here as well. Connect our wallet, and then what do we do, huh? Well, we go back to whatever token we were looking at before on a place like DexTools. I get the question quite often in the comments, Why can't you find it on other places like TradingView? It's because these coins are very often still too small. If they're not on any centralized exchange, there are only a couple places which most people look at. DEX Screener, DEX Tools, what we're looking at right now, and 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. If the coin is bigger, it'll eventually show up on TradingView as well, but don't count on it. These three places are where everybody looks. And we're gonna go to the left here, because what we want is the contact address, or the contract address. There's a little button that says copy address. We press copy. Similarly to what I said before over on the left here, that contract is what you're looking for because that allows you to buy or sell the token. What we now do is we head over to Uniswap, which is a place where you can buy or sell, right? It's a decentralized exchange. And if you want other places because Uniswap is having issues for you or whatever, you can go to any base coin and you'll find other places that it's being traded on, like Aerodrome, or in this case here, SushiSwap, or perhaps even PancakeSwap. And yeah, when we look at DeFi Llama, which basically shows the activity on base, we can see that Aerodrome is the biggest DEX, Uniswap the second biggest, SushiSwap the third officially, and then Balancer. But let's just say that Aerodrome is the first, Uniswap the second. But as you can see here, Uniswap has been growing tremendously over the recent past. I think because the meme coins have been popping off, and a lot of people are going for Uniswap over Aerodrome because everybody's really used to Uniswap. And so what you're gonna do to buy the token though, is you press this button, select token, you paste it in, and there comes the token. You press I understand, and now whatever amount of Ethereum you wanted to switch over, 0.1 or whatever, well, you press 0.1, and then if you've connected your wallet and you've got it, it'll say swap, and that's basically it. If you now want to get out of this coin, if you bought it, you press the other way around, you type exactly how many tokens you want to sell, and you press swap. Let's say a guy on Telegram, Twitter, you name it, said, hey, buy this token. It's called a dog in me. What we do is just type in dog in me, for example. We'll give it a little second to load. Sometimes you can also just copy the contract address in there, by the way, just so you guys see. You see the token will show up. We type in dog in me, for example. Hey, that's a shit coin. Oh, it's actually 50 million, so it's pretty big. We go over to the left, like I just said. Wow, this one actually has a fee, by the way. But you copy it, so you press this button. Go back to Uniswap right here. We go over from Ethereum 2, copy the address in there, press understand, and now, for example, we're able to switch 1 Ethereum or however much we wanted to the token of choice. And some people ask me, oh, but I don't see them in here. What happened? Let's say you bought any arbitrary coin, you know, since you copied the address to be able to swap it. There's a little logo here that says add to Metamask. But if your coin is small, it won't say that. If you want to see it in your Metamask, you press import token. You copy the address, which you also used to trade just now, and you just press next. It's literally as simple as that, right? Then it shows I have 0 of the token, but now it will show up there forever. But you know, even if you don't see it, doesn't mean you don't have the money. It's just that your wallet doesn't auto update everything. So there's a little button here, if you go to settings, that says View on Explorer. If you press that button, you'll see whatever is in your wallet. There's a lot of fake phishing websites in there, so be careful. But you know, even though it might not show up in this little overview, it doesn't mean you don't have it. And anyway, people ask, where do you find them? First of all, if you're asking me where to find the meme coins, you got to take 2 steps back and realize that this is a very, very big world. And the people are talking about meme coins 24/7, all day long, everywhere. And if you've not noticed that, then you got to do a little bit of digging, and you got to find some communities, I should say. Because in my circles, in my Telegram groups, and everywhere I go, I just see people discussing this and that and this and that token. And the most difficult part is knowing which one to buy next. And that's where some people get extremely rich extremely quickly or lose a lot of money because they just keep on trying. Some people do so with bots, which is very easy. I can explain it in a few minutes, but I think it's a separate video occasion. Some people do so with, I guess, still bots, but more intricate ones to snipe the launch. Some people just have it to make things simpler. Some people have it so they can easily sell. Point being, though, there are thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people playing this game that we're talking about here. And so the question of where to find it, I think it's just go to Twitter, start lurking around. You'll notice that there are tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people talking about different meme coins at any given point in the day. You can even just join our Telegram or take a look at TikTok, because whenever I talk about memes, people seem to be going crazy. The most important part, in my opinion, is knowing where to analyze them, where to see how the price has been doing, where to find out that they even exist, really. And the biggest part in all that is, I think, either DEX Tools or DEX Screener or 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, like I said. Because there you can see, oh, it really does exist, or oh, this or that is that. Just because it's on it doesn't mean you should buy it, and just because it's up a ton doesn't mean it was actually a good coin. Like I said at the start, it is very, very simple to create such a coin. It takes literally a minute, if not less. So don't think these are very special occasions and you couldn't do it. Anybody can. Anyway, guys, if you got more questions, just let me know down below. I look at every single comment. And from the last MEMECOIN update video, I noticed a lot of people want a base update, which is why we're going for it now. If I notice, hey, this is what people want to know, or that's what people enjoyed, yada, yada, I'll know for the next video, which is greatly appreciated. And I've got some other cool links down below to different places that I trade on or look at. Just check out the links down below for my other socials as well. And that's about it. Hopefully you guys will figure out your path. And I'll see you guys again in another one.